My friends, welcome back to the raw news coverage from yours truly, Austin Creed, a special here on the Sheared podcast. So, for those of you who are loyal to the show and you love the show, don't worry, I have a episode coming out tomorrow. Uh, so I wanted to give everybody a little announcement before I start covering the news. The uploads are going to be a little different over the next couple weeks because I'm going to be in Europe. So I might only be able to do shows that are similar to this, and I'll still talk about stuff, but it might not have all the dynamic toys and fun stuff that we normally have on the show. So just a little heads up that in the next couple weeks will be a little bit different, but then we'll go back to normal programming after that. Speaking of programming, I opened up my Apple News feed for this. Again, out the gate, I see that, of course, Israel's on the front news. Again, they show the dead bodies, of course. They're trying to make Israel look bad. Again, let's read it from the Wall Street Journal. It says, Israel's political turmoil bogs down U.S. push for ceasefire. I don't understand the major powers in the world and how they have the guts to say, oh, we need a ceasefire, as if it's the Israelis that started this conflict and not Hamas and the garbage, the radical Muslim garbage. And notice I say radical, don't misquote me. The radical scourge, the demons that started this whole thing. Notice they're not calling them to turn in their leadership so that we can have a ceasefire. No, they don't want the Israelis just to throw down their arms. Makes me sick, frankly. What else was in the news? National politics in Europe are in disarray after EU elections. CNN, oh, of course. CNN is about pretty much as fake news as you can get, in my opinion. Almost without fail. USA Today, severe weather in several forms threatens many parts of the United States. Oh boy, I can't wait for Al Gore and all the Green Mafia members to step out from behind the curtains and say, I need more money to fix this problem. And Mr. Bernie Sanders, yes, my name is Bernie Sanders, and I know my wife allegedly collected millions of dollars off of this college we busted out up there in Vermont, but make no mistake, now that I'm a millionaire, the millionaires are just fine. It's all about the billionaires. And we all know that climate change is threatening the entire world, and myself, Bernie Sanders, I care very much about the earth, and to help the earth, we should definitely put that evil Donald Trump, that racist bigot, in prison. I mean, come on, man. What's next? What's the Green Mafia gonna come up with next? I can't wait. Politico says, closing arguments underway in Hunter Biden trial on gun charges. Oh, do I dare click on it? Yeah, sure, what the hell. Let's look. Defense lawyers for the president's son rested their case on Monday. Okay. Closing arguments. Let's see, what does it say? Federal prosecutor telling jurors that no one is above the law.
Oh, hell no!
Oh, yeah, sure. No one's above the law. Yeah, right. Sure. Keep telling yourself that. Yeah, sure. The jurors of 12 Delawareans will begin deliberation after both sides completing their closing. Oh, do you think they'll come to the same conclusion that the jury did for Trump? I kind of doubt it, but we'll see. Could be wrong. The president's son faces 3 felony charges brought forward by special counsel David Weiss. Oh boy. Prosecutors have charged Biden with illegal possession of a gun as a drug user and lying on paperwork about his addictions to crack cocaine at the time of purchase. Let me get a poll. Who actually believes that Hunter Biden's going to go down for this? And if he does, he's going to get anything more than a slap on the wrist. Does anybody think that's going to happen? I don't, personally. But maybe I'll be surprised, but I kind of doubt it. Alright, I've had enough of that. 10 places in America where home prices are doubling. Well, that would be pretty much everywhere, thanks to Joe Biden and his friends at the Federal Reserve who are printing money around the clock, like King Ludwig of Bavaria. Let me see. United Nations estimate of live births. Oh God, we're talking about the birth rate again. Suddenly, there aren't enough babies in the world, says the Wall Street Journal. Is everything about to change? No kidding. You mean to tell me with the rise of feminism, the rise of the gynocentric society, and the fact that women are feminists and are being empowered and they're giving themselves babies at like 40 years old, 1-2 kids apiece, when back in the day your grandmama had like 12 siblings? No wonder we're living in a different world. What are you, crazy? You mean with birth control and the abortion clinics going around the clock that we're going to have a high population? What's this now? Massachusetts school allowed to ban students 2-gender shirt. Oh, of course. Because everybody knows the Rainbow Mafia. The Green Mafia cannot be outdone but by the Rainbow Mafia, or the Alphabet Mafia as some call them, who are out here buying every senator that they could buy, every congressman they can buy, every school official they can buy or bully. They'll do it. I get it. More Hunter Biden. In Putin's wartime Russia, military corruption is suddenly taboo. Oh, you mean there's corruption in every military? Oh my, that... No, I would never have guessed that. What kind of news is this? How is this news? Oh, we're talking about a January 6th rioter. Okay, does anybody actually think that January 6th was anything but an inside job in my estimation? I mean, there are theories going around the internet which will never be validated, by the way, because we don't live in an actual representative government. But if we did, in an ideal world, we would get answers to these rumors that the FBI and Nancy Pelosi might have allegedly been behind the January 6th riots. I mean, if you're going to really stage a coup, which I would never recommend, ever, but if you were to stage one, who would do this with no guns? Who would stage a coup against the government with no guns? I mean, do I need to ask the question? What sense does that make? Answer, none. What's next? Macron gambles on election after crushing loss. Oh, you mean the communist socialist Macron lost to the right, to the quote far right in EU vote? Oh, you mean they actually had some semblance of survivalism still left from their ancestors fought World War I and World War II in France? Oh my goodness. Oh, of course, the day wouldn't be complete without MSNBC talking again about Trump. I challenge any member of the mainstream media to go an entire day without talking about Donald Trump. I don't think they could do it. Ukraine. I've noticed a trend in the media. Ukraine, Russia, Trump, and corruption. That's about it. Ukraine says it struck ultra-modern Ukraine's stealth jet airbase. Okay, let me tell you guys something in case you didn't know. Before the war, Ukraine was like one of the most corrupt... I think it was the 5th most corrupt nation in the world. Now, since the war started, in my estimation, it's been about number 1. You really expect me to believe that it's anything but corrupt? Yeah, right. Anybody see that thing on X I think it was yesterday, where a Ukrainian soldier called I don't know how he got the number, but he called the girlfriend of a Russian soldier that he had just offed off. And he called her and told her that he killed her boyfriend. Oh, you didn't see that? No, of course you didn't. Because we can't, say that there's any propaganda going on besides... if it's Russian, you can call it out. But if it's Ukrainian, no, there's no propaganda. No. Trump. Again, Trump. Everything's about Trump, apparently. Trump denies calling dead soldiers losers and suckers after Biden visits the cemetery. In other words, they got to continue to hit Trump on, in my estimation, lies and half-truths. Again, Ukraine and Russia. What's with the warmongering against Russia? Could somebody explain to me why we suddenly hate Russians? They were our allies in World War II. They were our allies in defeating ISIS. Why do people hate Russians so much? They're our natural ally against China and the spread of communism. But for some reason, no. No. We need all the Ruskies to be put out to pasture, apparently. Oh, brother. More sports. I don't care about anybody who's watched any of the shows I do about the news. The modern day sports is the modern day gladiators. I don't watch them unless I'm watching with other people who watch it. To me, it's an excuse to drink and to care about stuff that you wish you could do. Unaired footage shows chaos and anger of congressional leaders amidst the January 6th evacuation, and they have a picture of Nancy Pelosi. Huh, how fitting. Again, Trump. Oh, Wall Street doesn't want to embrace Trump. Oh boy, no. We want to Trump. You don't want to trust the evil orange man. No. Is there any original news? It's all the same recycled crap. It's like they read their other. It's like MSNBC read the Washington Post headline, who read Politico's headline, and they took basically the same thing and recycled it and made it seem like they came up with it. It's so incestuous, it's unbelievable to me. What? Merrick Garland hearing devolves into partisan brawling. I mean, what did you expect? Merrick Garland is a disaster. United Nations news. Chinese military harassed Dutch warship enforcing UN sanctions on North Korea. In my estimation, North Korea is the junkyard dog of China. They're the front man for China. I mean, who else is going to do business with that mafioso they have running the country over there in North Korea? Ugh. In China, so-called, I think China sits on the UN Security Council, if you can believe it. UN program pauses food distribution from Gaza pier, citing safety concerns. No kidding. You mean the Palestinians are violent and run by gangsters and bums, and they store... I mean, the leadership over there in Gaza, they store their weapons and munitions and everything in hospitals and schools and synagogues and mosques. I mean, what do you expect? Oh boy, do I even want to look at education? Education today is just pure propaganda. Stop letting revolutionists rewrite American history. Oh, you mean like your friends? And the Rainbow Mafia who are teaching kids sexuality in middle school and elementary school, and teaching people that, like the new game that's coming out from Assassin's Creed, that all the samurai, there were black samurai in Japan. Meanwhile, from what I've seen and what I've read, the Asians don't even like each other, much less anybody else in their countries, by and large. Especially in Japan. And especially in China. What else do we have here that's worth your time? Oh boy. Florida teachers will get a $1.25 billion and state allocation raises. So in other words, DeSantis is giving the teachers a raise. Okay, good for him. Good for him. Just make sure they're not using it to buy books that is smut they'll give to the kids in the library. Oh my goodness. What? Environmental news. America the Beautiful. How Biden is conserving land and water as Trump looms. They're so desperate to be pimps, and they're so desperate to be. They're nothing more than prostitutes. They're whores for the people in power, unless their name is Donald Trump. Supreme Court seeks U.S. government views on Honolulu climate shift. Let me tell you guys something. I love the environment. I just hate the people who are using the environment as a piggy bank to bankroll their money like in The Sopranos in a sporting goods store. I love the environment. I just don't like the people who often are associated with the environment because they're usually disgusting individuals who are only caring about money or they're communist vermin. Do I even want to look at the Russian Ukraine news? Oh god, sure. What's a couple more brain cells I can lose? Poland weapons factory got set on fire. What are the Russians do that too? I doubt it. Look, let's make one thing clear. If Russia really wanted Ukraine gone, they could turn them into glass tomorrow. But they don't. I know for a fact that it could. Russia has the biggest nuclear arsenal on the planet, almost doubling ours, by the way. I don't think that's classified. I think I could say that. Apple new iPhone, I don't care. SpaceX, congratulations Elon Musk on another W. I think that's it. I don't see anything else that's really worthy of your time today. There's not a ton of disgusting news outside of they're still going against Trump. I'm curious to see what Biden's son gets away, Hunter Biden gets off or not, which I'm pretty reasonably certain he will. But my friends, let me know what story has been bothering you today that you might want me to touch on tomorrow. I'd love to do another show tomorrow. I'll start doing this more frequently because I enjoy it. My friends, you take care of yourselves. Check out the news. Let me know if there's anything else you want me to cover because I'll do it. And if you like the video, you know what to do. Take care of yourselves. I'm out. Peace.